I don't want to over-exaggerate it because it's early and they still may be able to put this thing together. But you know me, I'm a student of the markets for 30 years. I do not like stock market activity over the last 4 trading days. And so if you had asked me last Friday, were we going to get a deal done, Secretary Mnuchin was indicating that we likely were going to get a deal done before the end of the month, let's say. And so I'm surprised that things fell in the direction that they are right now. Now I know they're at dinner, or they're in the process of having dinner, and going to continue their negotiations into tomorrow, possibly the weekend, et cetera. And so we'll have to see what happens. But I don't like the market activity. And I also don't like, because I'm a nursery rhyme guy, when Humpty Dumpty falls off the brick wall and crashes, very hard to put it back together again. So unless you're just hitting a reset button, going back to 10 days ago and doing that deal, it's going to be hard for me to see how they get a deal done so quickly now that it's out there, that it's unraveled. So we'll have to see. I'm cautiously optimistic because the president's been a magician on the economy. He's been a magician on a lot of different things. Hopefully he can pull this thing together. And if he can't, I do think you'll probably see the market trade off a little more.
Now, looking at the way the Chinese backtracked on some of their previous agreements, I mean, that's what the Chinese do, right? But reading into some of the articles of coverage of this, it seemed that the Chinese indicated that President Trump constantly talking about the Fed raising interest rates too fast, that seemed to indicate to the Chinese that the U.S. economy maybe wasn't as strong as everybody thought it was, and that's why they felt like they could turn their backs on this deal. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I read that article. I actually think it's just a superficial comment. I mean, the Chinese are way more sophisticated than that. They have gotten to know the president's personality. They know the president is cheerleading on the economy, and they know that the president is saying stuff like that, but they can see the economic data in the United States is very transparent. And so I think that's an excuse on their part. I think they have had a tendency at times to have a culture of retrading.
Right.
It's a nation of merchants, and they've had this history of retrading, and they're trying to positional bargain in the same way that many people in the business community try to positional bargain. So they can use that as an excuse, but I'm not really buying that as much as I'm buying the fact that the president's probably put a tough deal in front of them. They're gritting their teeth to accept it, and now they're just seeing if last minute they know that the president wants the deal as badly as they do. And you know this, if you're going to buy a house or a car that you love, once you're invested in it, you have a tendency to get your emotions in there. Once your emotions in there, you may in a moment of weakness do something regrettable. I don't see that happening with President Trump, though. I know him a long time, and I don't see that happening with him.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for breaking news, and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, then share it with your friends. Remember, you can watch Newsmax TV live on YouTube. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.